To do it. Alright.
Othello on the bellow.
Yeah. Right. It's something special, you know. It's something epic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are on my show, Talk About It with Gatica. I got the one and only. Look at this guy. I got Warren Wint in the building. Thank you so much for coming all the way over here for me. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Shout outs to Studio Square Recordings. Shout outs to LatinoMix.com. We're outside.
Outside with it. Man.
We outside with it. I had to make sure that this guy came through. I wanted him to be on this platform. Introduce yourself to the peoples. You know, I did some research on you, but I know you do a lot of different types of things. And I really wanted you to tell my audience, like, what your favorite thing to do is, because like this guy's been on BET network shows, this guy's been on Power 105, DJ whatever produced shows, so there's so many different things as an artist that you've done. So talk about it. Let's talk about it with Gatica. We're here live and direct.
So let's actually flip it, right? I want to know, based on your research,
Okay.
right, what's the favorite thing of you that you found for me, right? And I'll elaborate. How about that?
Okay. So for me, it was the personality. We met at a really dope networking event. Shout outs to Lou, you know, the Big
Vega.
Giants. It was a really dope Ghostface Killer event that we went to. And I just naturally, you know, I know we got introduced, but the personality, it was the personality for me. Because we just got to vibing, talking. And honestly, I didn't know about the music really until after the fact. For me, it was just the positive vibe. I think it's really important to be fearlessly authentic. And that's what this guy is doing.
Thank you.
He's different. You know,
Thank
like, I think a lot of artists, you go by what's popular. And what's popular is what? Gang banging, you know, big booty girls in the videos and stuff. And, like, I just don't really get that vibe from you. But I know that you are a big influencer. I've seen, you know, you have hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube and stuff. So I guess talk about it with me. What's like, tell me your journey and how we got here.
Well, it's funny that that question led to this, right? Because yeah, good conversation. Well, for me, I feel like there's so many phases to it. You know, like if I had to like write a book on my journey, it would be certain like prerequisites of like chapters before like this chapter. And I say that because yeah, I've done a lot. You know, I would say I've probably really been active like since 2008, like wow young. Like I was like wow young in school, and I had an opportunity to be signed. You know, I'm not gonna mention the label because you know it's a different situation. Shouts to Rival, but yeah, but you know I learned a lot from that moment. That let me know that okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I might have not signed anything that day, but now this is what I'm supposed to do. So I was going by a different name at the time, M-Dub, which stood for Master Warren and a large scale of things, but it's a masterpiece. So I did that whole shit. But anyway, so after that, you know, just going through little things like being a part of BET's 106 and Park as a hype man, you know, following rest in peace DJ Megatron, Staten Island, you know, things like that, things like opening up for Fred the Gossip, rest in peace, you know, Chrisette Michelle, like I've had little tidbits things. So it's kind of be like this thing, like, you know, the steak is over the door. You get the swell of it. And whoop. So I felt like it was a lot of that for me, maybe up until like 2015, 2016. When I just started stepping outside on my own. I was going to the clubs, OD. You know, shout out to my brother, Tony. Tony got moves. He was bringing me to the strip clubs, OD. And his, it's like we look alike because we so close. But he light skinned, he a little bigger, and I'm like a little slim, dark skinned, calm. He's like high energy. So we'll be in the strip, and I'm very observant. So I sit in the room like I could give enough to where it feel like I'm engaged, but I'm really observing. I'm watching everything. And coming into it, I was kind of closed-minded because I was like, oh, you know, I'm doing all this spending and you just don't give a fuck about me, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, not to be ignorant. But but then when you actually engage, it's like, yo, it could be a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could be in my one box right here. You know, if I feel like getting attention, I could just command it. Yo. You know? And it's so funny because it's all in the law. You know what I mean? It's how you play it anyway. 2015, 2016, that's what I'm doing. That's leading me into like 2017 where, you know, I'm starting to like network with DJs that are on like radio, like commercial, terrestrial radio, if I'm saying it correctly, satellite. And I single them out because what they happen to be a part of creates a whole different outlook of how I get viewed when I'm played on there. Mm-hmm. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I could be played at a fire party you doing. There's going to be some people that shazamming. You know, some people that when they hear it again, they're going to be like, oh, I heard it at her party. You feel me? That if you were there, you know what I'm saying? If you know type vibe. Yeah. Now, what happens when some of these guys play me on like a Power 105, like shouts to DJ Self, you know what I'm saying? He kept it a bean with me. I remember I used to try and get him to play my music for a year. But that man would see me in the strip though. He see me in the strip though. You know what I'm saying? He know about MWT. He see me in the strip. He didn't see me get crazy. Me and my team, well now, coming through. Wildin' when you got some of your guys in there. You know? They ain't playing them on the radio all the time, but I'm in the spots with them. Me and mine. And we wildin'. It was there that I learned. I'm like, oh, okay. It's more to the music. Like, up until that point, I really thought, like, oh, I'm fire. Like, what you mean I can't get played or I don't get a reply? Like, what you mean? What's up with you? I know you see the email. That's your email, right? I was green.
It's definitely a journey as an artist. I definitely see, you know, like you said, you went by a different name. Like, it's a journey as an artist. What would you say makes a successful, like, what would you say makes an artist successful?
Yo, see, these are good questions you asking me because I could talk about them all day, but I ain't going to do that.
Well, that's my show, Talk About It with Gatica. So, how about this? Make it a little simpler because I know...
Nah, I was going to answer it. I was going to answer something.
Like, the criteria of success for you as an artist today, because I think we were talking about it earlier, being an artist before, you know, it was about who had the most chains, who had the views, who had the girls. But now, after the pandemic... You know, what is the criteria of success as an artist? What is this, like, you know, what is the incentive of making it big right now? I mean, in your eyes?
I say that's a tricky question only because, you know, there's so many things that if you really tap into it, like, it could kind of propel you. Not kind of, but really propel you. So it's like, I feel like if you're consistent, you know, consistency is big. You got to be consistent. Like, you know, Russ loves talking about how he, at one point, was putting out a song every week. You know, some people really might think Russ sucks. But you know what? That man got a fan base that's going to feed him. He's going to be good forever. And he's going to give back that love. And you're going to hear it in his music. He's going to make the songs that got him there. Evolve on that. But anyway, so again, being consistent, got to be driven. You know, you said fearless. You know, sometimes you got to be relentless. You know what you want. Don't act like you don't want it. So I'm coming in the room like, what's up? You know? Because if you're not going to play me, you're going to feel some type of way because I'm going to look you in your face. Like, I'm going to really reason with you. I'm going to figure out what's up with why you don't want to play if you haven't played. If it doesn't make sense. If it's not logical, you know? So those are the key things I'd say. You got to be relentless, fearless, driven, consistent. You know, because hard work beat talent. Yeah,
that's right. I know, you know, like you said, it takes so much. It takes so much to be successful. I think any artist, up-and-coming artist who's watching this, anybody who's tuned in right now, my Long Islanders, Long Island stand up, It's
Facts.
really
balance too.
balance. That's a great word.
Let me not leave that out. Balance for sure, because at the end of the day, we are people. You know what I'm saying?
I like that word relentless that you use though, because like me myself, I know you were asking me earlier, what is my name?
Yeah.
It's Gatica. Gatica is short, or it's Spanish for cat. So everyone knows my first name is Catherine, but everybody always called me Cat and be like, Cat, yo, Catwoman, because it's like, yo, she does so much. And I don't know if I was sharing with you earlier, but I didn't always start as a DJ. I was always in like a sound production junkie. But I wanted to be a DJ, but I was always around men.
That's a sensible transition, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you really, you could really tap into the sonics of the shit on a different angle. You know what I mean? I didn't mean this country, but
nah, it's cool.
Yeah, word.
But relentless is a good word because I was always scared to say what I wanted, because the times that I had said it, I'm like, yo, I want to be a DJ, and like all my boys would look at me and be like, oh, there goes Cat going off again, and I'd be like, yo, what you mean? Yeah, I want to be DJ. I want to be a DJ. So I think to be an artist, driven, focused, relentless is a great word. Never giving up. I wanted to ask you a couple more things before we get out of here, because I know it's a long drive and stuff, and we got a long way back.
Nah,
but
so
where can my audience connect with you?
WarrenWintWeb.net. Simple. WarrenWintWeb.net. Everything on there is connected to me. It's like a real one-stop shop. I'm getting rave reviews about it, so I'm proud to.
Oh, I saw this guy's press kit. Listen, I know the levels when artists are even able to reply with a press kit, because I'm like, hey, shoot me over the press kit. They'd be like, huh, what? I'm like, all right, they're not really about that life. And then this guy's, he's an electronic press kit, so I definitely want everybody to hit the link. I'm gonna post it as well after this show, so you can check out my guy, his music. And I also wanted to ask you one thing in the industry you would change. Boom. Drop it. Boom.
I would change the politics behind, DJs, period, being able to play certain music. I think if DJs were really able to play music, and I mean just like, yo, I like this song, I think you would really see the rise of a lot of prominent players in the industry, because it wouldn't be forged in your mind that you're supposed to rock with this guy because he has X amount of followers, or you're supposed to rock with this person because she's on this platform. You know what I'm saying? It's
absolutely.
Like, oh, nah, shorty's fire, like she be tapped in. Simple.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming all the way out here. I'm gonna be playing some of this fire music for this episode, so y'all could hear the heat. Because y'all already know if I'm involved, it's because it's heat, fire, well produced, organized. Because I'm just about that life. I'm about that production life. So salutes to you. I see you. Strong Island, stand up.
Big vibe.
And I'm gonna have you back. Come back.
Anytime.
Come through to the studio. Catch a vibe. We can hang out, you know what I'm saying? Talk about it with Gatica. I'll be here next Saturday, 8 p.m.
To do it.
You already know. Tune in.
Alright.
Othello on the Othello.
Yeah. Right. It's something special, It's something epic. yeah. I need a boss chick, said she got her own shit. That the whole 9 and take the whole dick. I need a boss chick, said she got her own shit. That the whole 9 and take the whole dick. Shorty, don't you tell me that you love me cause I hate it. Always play that lie, but your game be overrated. Never on top, but always calculated. By the way a nigga clean up, you can tell I made it.